Alright, John Oaks here with Hagster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location, and today we yet go over another addition to our inventory. This is a 1964 Chevrolet Nova sitting beside here. Obviously you can see it's done in the blue exterior paint. There's not a whole lot of flashy stuff on the body here. They've kept it kind of solid color and didn't really go overboard with any kind of like body moldings, wheel well moldings, stuff like that. But what is here, your chrome front bumpers, rear bumpers also, of course all of your trim and your moldings around all of your windows. That's going to be pretty much the bulk of your bright work on the car. Wheels and tires, let's just go over those real quick right now. They are 15-inch rally wheels, steel rally wheels with the beauty rings and center caps. And as far as tires, Cooper tires on these, 215/60 R15s on all four corners. Now as far as the body, the panel fitment and alignment, that's all actually really well on this car. You can see your gaps here on the front of the doors as well as on the back side of the doors here. Pretty uniform. And as far as your elevations are really good too. Everything lines up here, your body lines all match up too. One badge that the car does have, nothing really descriptive about it, but it is that cross flags badge down there on the back side of the front fender. We do have a driver's side chrome mirror here. The chrome is in pretty good shape. Glass is in really good condition too. As far as our windows go, now we do have the windows down, but that's okay. The glass is all in good condition on this thing. There's no chips or cracks in any of the glass. Vent window all operates well too. Even the trim around the vent windows aren't too bad. Again, a lot of these cars, when you get some of this original trim and so forth on them, they get really bad as far as pitting goes. And this I would say is original, but yet it's not really bad though. It's actually really decent there. Now your rain gutter moldings here, those are really nice. Again, polished up well, nice and straight. The rain gutter itself, I always feel down through there to make sure everything's nice and flat. And it is super smooth there the whole way around. And the trim along the top edge of your doors here are in pretty good shape too, nice and straight all the way around. Let's go ahead and open our door up, take a look at the interior. The interior is really not bad in this car. It's actually pretty nice. You do have front bucket seats here. You've got kind of the two-tone theme going here with the black vinyl and then the cloth centers in gray there, front and back matching, as well as your door panels are all done to match all the upholstery. Black carpeting, of course, factory dash in it, factory instrumentation. You do have the column mount tachometer in there, and you also have an aftermarket AM FM CD player in there as well. And again, that wood grain steering wheel, a nice look. Now you do have a 4-speed shifter down there. It is a Hurst, I believe, Hurst shifter down there, so it's a real nice shifter for you. Nice short throw shifts on it too. So again, all of that's nice. Your weather stripping up around your doors where your glass comes in contact, all of that is in really good shape on this vehicle too. Threshold plates are good too, and your seals around the door are in good shape. You even have the rubber, the little rubber bumpers here for your doors here for whenever they shut, everything closes as it should. So we'll go ahead and close that up. Again, you can see it shuts nice and easy. We'll work our way towards the back. Now the quarter panels, nice and straight all the way around. Chrome gas cap there also. As we come around the back side, you've got the chrome back bumper. Again, that's in good shape. You've got your bright work, your trim around the trunk and down the sides here. Your tail lights, the lenses on those are in good shape. No chips or cracks in those. And the bright work, the bezels around those, not too bad either. You can see your trunk lid here. Gaps around that and elevations on the trunk are actually really good too. You've got your rear window here. That's in nice shape. No chips or cracks either. And again, all your bright work and your molding around there nice and straight the whole way around the window. We will open up the trunk here, so bear with me while I find the correct key. Of course, the first time I never get it right. There we go. Second time around. So as we lift it up, you can see that first of all the lock works. Secondly, your hinges and your spring work as they're holding the trunk lid up all on their own. The underside of the trunk painted that same blue color as the exterior of the car. Inside the trunk you do find a full-size spare tire. on a steel rally wheel with the beauty ring also. It's got the hold down for it too, so it doesn't flop around in the trunk. Trunk floor is nice and solid. You do have the bumper jack up ahead of the spare tire, so that is there in case you would ever want to utilize it or just for nostalgia purposes. As far as your weather stripping and seals around here, these are nice and soft the whole way around. Your weather stripping, there's no cracks or tears in any of it. Meets right together here at the center. So this should keep everything nice and dry from the outside elements. So that is your trunk. So let's close this up. Closes nice and easy. And now to the passenger side. Again, quarter panels are nice and straight. Sail panels and roof are in good shape on this car too. Again, all of your bright work up around the doors here and so forth, those are all in good shape. Windows again are nice, no cracks or chips. You can see your gaps now on the passenger side. So again, gaps over here, very uniform front to back. Elevations are good on your doors. And again, all body lines do line up. Let's open this side up so you get a look at that. So now from the passenger side, again, we've already mentioned the bucket seats up front. Now again, these are low back buckets, but they're very comfortable, nice and plush seats. Same thing like I said with the rears. You do have speakers back in the rear package tray also, and you do have all seat belts present too. So again, you're going to have, if you want passengers or whatever, you're going to have a belt for each person in the car. They do have a couple aftermarket gauges I failed to mention. Usually you're going to have your water temperature, your voltmeter, and your oil pressure gauge there. So as we come forward now, again, all of your fenders are nice and straight. You've got the fender mount antenna. We come around the front now where you'll see the whole front bumper here. You see the grille here too. And again, this is kind of a nice looking grille on these cars here, the way those are done. Nice steel hood up front here too. Gaps and elevations on your hood are pretty good. You've got your bright molding the whole way up the center of the hood there for you. And then of course your windshield here, again, no chips or cracks in that, and your molding around there is in good condition. Now we'll go underneath the hood next to talk about what we have for, there we go, for our motor and drive line. So the underside of the hood's done in black. Of course, the whole engine compartment itself, the engine bay, it's done in black as well. As far as the motor goes, this is a 350 cubic inch small block Chevy. Not a numbers match motor, but it's a good running 350 cubic inch motor. You can see it's got matching chrome air cleaner and valve pan covers, all from Edelbrock, along with Edelbrock breathers. We do have a, looks like a single feed Holley carburetor underneath that air cleaner, along with an aluminum intake there. As far as the manifolds, they are a center dump style manifold, along with the dual exhaust all the way back and the Flowmaster mufflers underneath. It does have, looks like, an aluminum water pump on it. You got a chrome alternator and bracket over there too. Power steering car. It is a manual brake though. It's drum brakes, all four wheels. And as far as, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, just a factory radiator. It does have an electric fan on it, so that does help. It takes the fan off the front of the motor, and your electric fans are usually a lot more efficient with cooling. So again, that's a nice little add-on feature there too. So that's pretty much the motor. Then when we go behind the motor to the transmission, we've got a Muncie M22 transmission here, 4-speed. And then as far as the rear end, it is a GM 10-bolt rear end with a 323 gear in it, I believe is the number. So that is pretty much our 64 Nova there, as you see it. So we've been all around the outside, we've been inside it, under the hood, in the trunk. So now, as we do always, we're going to go ahead and get this on our lift, show you the underside of it, and then finally we'll fire up that motor, let you hear what that motor sounds like. Alright, so we are underneath the 1964 Chevy Nova here. So as we always do, we're going to go through from front to back on this: steering, suspension, drive line, frame, floors, wheels, tires, all of that stuff here. That way you know exactly what is underneath here. So starting at the front of our 64 Nova, looking at the suspension. Now this is just all your stock suspension that you would find on one of these cars. It's the strut rod style suspension up front, just your stock cast upper and lower control arms. Ball joints on everything actually look really good. You can tell that they've been greased and maintained throughout time. The car also has a front sway bar on it as well. So your sway bar bushings at the frame as well as your sway bar end links, all of that stuff looks really good underneath here. As far as the steering goes, power steering for this car. Don't see any leaks or drips on the steering. As far as your tie rods go, those are all in good shape. I can't say that they're straight because on these Novas, they kind of drop down here right out at your spindle. So the tie rods still look good though. Ball joints, again, all in great shape. Rubber dust boot covers, those are all intact on the car as well. Braking, this car is four-wheel drum brakes, front and rear. And as far as the wheels and tires, might as well go over that right now real quick. They are 15-inch rally wheels all the way around. And then as far as the tires, they are Cooper tires, 215/60 R15s the whole way around on the car. No difference in the tire sizes. So that makes, if you need to, rotate tires and so forth, makes it real simple. Again, when wheels and tires are all the same, very easy process. So that's your front suspension, your steering, and your braking. While we're standing here, we might as well go over the drive line next. So as far as the motor goes, this is not an original motor, by the way, but it is a 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine. Behind that, we've got a Muncie M22 transmission here. Again, those M22s, they call those the rock crushers. It does have the flywheel cover here to help protect that, so no dirt or debris, no foreign particles or anything will get in there and cause any kind of damage to your flywheel. Now looking at the oil pan and the transmission area here, I'm seeing no leaks or drips around these areas. Even when I go back to the tail shaft of the transmission where your seal is, that's actually dry too. You also have your transmission cross member here too, and the mount for it. Those are all in good shape. Next, obviously, to connect the tranny to the rear end is your drive shaft. This is going to be a balanced drive shaft, help eliminate a lot of vibrations out of your drive line. And then, of course, the rear end. Now, this is a GM 10-bolt rear end. It's the 8.2-inch ring gear. Gear-wise, it is a 323 gear in this rear end. Now, rear suspension on the car. We do have a set of air shocks here. Those can make things nice for you. Again, they're easily adjustable. Simply hook a air hose up to it and you can inflate those and give your car a little bit of rake in the back end. You can easily adjust that rear ride height. So a nice addition to the car. And then, of course, a set of multi-leaf springs. Now, in addition to your brake system, you do have the emergency brake. All of it is here, all of it is hooked up, and it is functional. So all of your cables coming from the front, your intermediates, and then your rear brake lines here going to your drum brakes. Those are all present and in working order. And as far as the frame and the floors, again, frame sections on this car are really nice and straight. You've got your front sections, and then again you've got the rear sections, the dog legs that go up over top of the rear end there. Everything is nice and straight, no dents or dings in any of that stuff. The floors are actually in really nice shape too on this car. Again, you can tell everything is the correct metal here. You can see all of your stamping lines, all of the bracing is here and present. All of your fuel lines and brake lines and such are run right along the sides of the car there too. Now, it does look like they maybe had swapped this transmission out possibly at one time because the tunnel had been cut out and put back in. So, but as far as the floors go, the floors look in great shape on the car. So that's pretty much it for the floors and the frame. And then finally, we've got the exhaust system. That's obviously the only other thing really we see under here. So you've got a set of, looks like just a set of manifolds. Looks like there may be possibly like a center dump manifold. Of course, you've got the dual exhaust all the way back here. A set of dual Flowmaster mufflers, so it should give it a nice throaty sound to the exhaust. And then of course you've got tailpipes that go up over top of the rear end and then straight out the back right underneath the rear bumper on the car. As far as the fuel tank looks good, no dents or dings there. The straps and mounting hardware all look good on here too. And from what I can see of the trunk floor, that looks all solid, no patching there either. So that is pretty much it for the underside of our Nova. As we always do now, we're going to lower this down off of our lift and open that hood up, go underneath the hood. We'll fire it up then, let you hear exactly what this 350 Chevy sounds like with these Flowmaster mufflers on it.